everybody, it's Debbie here and welcome back to my Crafty Dan. So I am working on a Passbook stamp, and if you haven't heard what a Passbook stamp is, I suggest you go and check out Lolly's channel from Lollipalooza, because she, as far as I know, she was the one that came up with this idea, and her idea is to create a passbook, and that would be a passport-sized small little notebook, and in that notebook you would collect these stamps and swap them back and forth with people and collect them and put them in your notebook. So my idea, because I love my traveler's notebooks, and I do own a passport-sized traveler's notebook, so my idea was to, I haven't used this for years, and it's soft and worn. It was from, let me think, where did this come from? I believe this came from the from Amazon. This was my first one. I believe I bought this and a standard together as a set in this blue. I did not like the standard size at all, and I gave it away as a gift. And I kept the passport size because although I use the number 2 field notes size, which is just a little bit bigger than this one, this little passbook size is still a perfect little size. So I always thought I may still use it, and now I am going to. And if you're not into making your own, you know, if you don't have a traveler's notebook and you just want a passbook to keep your stamps in, then these little mini composition books, I have 3 of them in here. This one I was using for shopping lists, but I never actually used more than a couple of pages. But these come in a set of 3 at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And the pages are the perfect size to open up and glue your, or, you know, use double-sided tape or whatever, and to put your letter on this size and your passbook stamp on this side. So this is the perfect size for that, and I'll show you what I mean. The size, a good size for a passbook stamp is anywhere from an ATC card size, which is 2.5 by 3.5 inches, to 3 by 4 inches. Now, I found that 3 by 4 inches is a little bit too big for this, but I did cut 2 3/4 by 4 inches, and it was perfect. And I'll show you. So I'm going to do about 2 3/4, and I'll show you how well that fits the page. So if I make a passbook stamp on this size right here and trade it with somebody, it's going to fit in a passport sized notebook perfectly. These little ones from the Dollar Tree are perfect. So my thoughts are, just take these pages, or take these little books. I'm going to cover the outsides of them with some pretty crafting paper, and I am going to do one for maybe vintage stamps, one for, you know, holiday stamps. This is the St. Patrick's Day theme swap, so it would go into my holiday book, and I'll have another one for all the little cutesy and whimsical other swaps that we do with each other. So that's my thought. So I'm going to get into making this passbook stamp for a swap. So that's what I'm working on today. So if you're new here, thanks for joining me. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back and watching. It's nice having you here. And this is a St. Patrick's Day theme. So I am doing green, or I'm doing some green. I'm going to layer a little bit on here. Let me see what I've got. I've been crafting pretty much the whole day, And I have some vintagey papers. Oh, I have some of this left still. This is really, really pretty. So this script paper is really pretty. I'm going to rip some of this like that. Just like that. And I'm not going to bother, I'm not making this vintage, so I'm not going to bother tearing the edges back off or inking the edges on this. I'm just going to leave it like that. But I do really like that. And this little scrap that I have left as well. So I think I'm going to, once again, I'm going to pull this and I am going to go out a little bit further. And I'm going to go down as far as I can on this. So I think what I'll do is layer these like this. Yes, I like that. Really like that. I have these stickers. I have these, you know, shiny kind of holographic ones. But I have these little puffy stickers as well. And these little guys with their little beer mugs and their little black pot of gold with the little gold coins. And it's all shiny. I like these ones. So I think I'm going to use that. But first I am going to... Now this is not an ATC card. It's not. So I'm not trying to... part of this that shows at the top here, I kind of want to do that. I don't want that sharp edge showing. I don't like that sharp edge. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue this down like this. Then I'm going to add a little bit of this washi. It's not an ATC card. It's not, it doesn't have to be the same size. It can be the same size. You could make these on a playing card and it would be perfectly fine. Just get yourself a deck of playing cards at the dollar store and they'd be perfect for this, especially the you know how you can get the ones that are a little wee bit larger. They'd be perfect. So let me see, I'm going to use my Tombow glue because I love it for paper crafting. It's not really wet, like it doesn't bubble up horribly because you can put such a teeny tiny a little wee bit down. So I'm going to go all around the edge here like this, and then just put a little squiggle down the middle like that. Then I'm going to put glue on my table. I'm going to put this one here like this, right in the middle. And so I got that piece. I'm going to put this piece down the same way. There. I've never done this before, and I went and I watched Lolly's videos, and I subscribed to her channel eons and eons ago, and for some reason or other, I unsubscribed. I have no idea why, because I loved watching her videos. I'm going to put this one all the way across. And another row offset like this, like that maybe. There, and then I'm going to cut the back and trim it off. So anyway, I unsubscribed and I have been watching her for a while. I think probably a year or so back, I went through my YouTube channels that I had subscribed to, and things that I wasn't watching on a full-time basis, I just unsubscribed to because I I didn't have the time to watch everything, but I regret it, because when you unsubscribe to something, YouTube kind of stops putting them in your feed. When you subscribe to a channel, the most important thing that YouTube does for you is it'll put the channels that you're subscribed to in your feed at the side of your YouTube page when you go on to watch. And because they do that, you can kind of look at the title or look at your thumbnail and, you know, decide whether you want to watch that day or put it for watch later, or, you know, whatever it is, how you do your YouTube channels. So, I ended up unsubscribed to her because I think I just weeded out a bunch, and I should have just left them, because most of them I've gone back and subscribed to again. I didn't really understand how YouTube worked for that. I think I'm going to do this guy with the shamrock, add the pot of gold, and the beer mug extra. So I think that's how he's going to go. So I'm going to add him with the shamrock here. I'm going to put this little pot of gold down here. Just like that. So these aren't meant to be hard. They're just meant to be easy and sweet and just a little collaged piece. Yeah, I'm going to go with the big one. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to go with the middle one. So this one's not quite as big as this one. A little bit bigger than that one. Yeah, so, yeah, take the easy way out. Just go with the big one, or the middle one. So I'm going to put that up there like that. Yes, very, very cute. And that's all it's going to take to make this. Just some collaged papers, and it's thin. It's simple, and the whole point of this is that you can mail it in a small envelope with one single regular stamp. So you could trade these things every day, and it wouldn't cost you an arm and a leg. So I'm going to put a few more of these little light green shamrocks around because they're so stinking cute. And I have 3 of them. I'll put that one up there because I'm going to put a little sentiment right there. There, wishing you good luck. And I'm just going to cut this out. Make this one a little bit smaller. A little bit narrower. There. Wishing you good luck. And I am going to put it under that little sticker right there. Like that. So I'm going to put it there. And there. I can trim a little wee bit off behind the K. There's some extra. And I think that's all I need for room. Okay. I'm going to glue it down. And what you put in with this is cut a little piece of paper the exact same size. Write your little pen pal letter to your recipient. I'm thinking because they're passport sized, and it's a pass book, very much like a passport book, and these are actually passbook stamps, that it would be cool to include things in your letter, like where you're from, you know, what your town's famous for, if there's anything like that. Like I live in a little tourist town, and people come here in the summertime, and we're not really famous for anything, but we do get the dog sled derbies and things like that here, which is kind of cool. So just a little notation with something about yourself or your town, and you send the two pieces. You send your little letter, and you send your Passbook stamp. So they can put the letter on one side of the page. They can put the stamp on this page. They can put the letter on this page. And when their book is full, they can just flip all through the book and see all the cute little Passbook stamps that they have been sent, and see who they're from and where those people are from, or tiny little tidbits of information. So I need one more little bit on here, and I'm going to use, I almost started to outline that with black, and then I thought, why would I outline it with black when there's a pot of gold and I can put some gold on here. So I've outlined it with the gold. And there's my little Passbook stamp. I think it's cute. I think it covers all the little details. It's got the luck. It's got the clover. It's got the shamrock, I guess. It's got the shamrocks. It's got the beer, because they do like to drink beer on St. Patrick's Day. Usually they drink green beer. Don't they drink green beer? I've never had a green beer in my life, so I wouldn't know. And this little stamp right here actually has dimensional coins on it, which is really cute as well. So I have this outlined in the gold, and I'm going to do some doodling all the way around the outside edge. There. A little bit of gold trim around the edges. And I do think I'm going to black my edges as well. So my ink pad. Ooh. There it is. I was going to say, I think I might have put something away, but I didn't. I left it out. That was a good thing. Not much of an edge on this to have to color, but I have something against white edges. I like the finished look of the edge being dark. I'm going to call it done. I think that that is definitely enough. You do not want to make these overly bulky, because it would just chunk out a book way too much. You wouldn't be able to put very many in a book if you made them too bulky. I mean, this has got 2 or 3 layers on it as it is. So it'll be a little bit bulky, and because these are puffy stickers. But, oh gosh, I think it's cute. So I'm going to bring this up and let you take a peek at the finished product. I think it is really, really cute. I love the torn papers in the background and the little bit of script going in both directions. The little bit of the shamrocks coming through from the washi tape, and my gold trimmings. Yeah, it's cute. I think it's cute. So that's the first one I've ever made. Now, if my take on what she said is correct, then I hope this is acceptable. I do think that we don't want them to be too bulky, and I understand the idea of collecting them in a little notebook. I think that's marvelous, and it's a great idea. And it gives us little finished projects, little finished booklets that we can go back and, look at years to come and see who sent us what, and, maybe what they were doing at the time, or what group you belonged to at the time. And because we do join different groups over the years, and yeah, so I don't have to put anything on the back of this one because it's intended to be stuck down. And that's why you write the letter on another piece. And yeah, so if you like this, leave me a comment down below if you would like to see me decorate these little booklets and and set this little notebook, this little traveler's notebook up to collect my swaps in. It's just a thought, and I mean, I'm going to do it anyway. If you would like to see it, let me know and I'll film it. And give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to share if you think there is somebody out there that might be interested in doing these little stamp books and swapping and collecting. And if you're not a subscriber, I would really, really like it if you could consider hitting the subscribe button and becoming part of my YouTube family. And I think that's about it. So bye-bye for now, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.